This is the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report. Part of the Evergreen Podcast Network, show number 331 for Thursday, May 16th. You know, the Summer Nationals are like just a month away.
That's scary.
I have yet to race. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter from the Dominator Race Products studio. Tonight on the show, we'll be speaking to Trey Jacobs, winner of the 410 feature at Fremont on Saturday. Finally getting that first 410 feature win there, adding his name to the list of other Jacobs that have won there. And then
it was a fun race to watch.
It was, actually. All of them were pretty fun. Yeah. The 305 feature was pretty good, too. And then we'll be speaking with Randy Maggio, promoter over there at Lorain Raceway Park.
All right.
A little bit later on tonight.
Moving east.
Yeah. We're expanding out just a bit. Ron was falling asleep during that, the
prelude to our opener, yeah.
There's other choices. There's one called, what was it, Ducks or something?
Feeding the Ducks.
Feeding the Ducks. I wanted to hear what that was, but we'll wait till after the show. We don't need to do that in the show. Hashtag DCR. Put that in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live for a chance to win another Hammer Down Racing Report window decal. I know you can't really see that, but it's just a logo. But you can stick that on your car, become part of the Hammer Down Army. And we've got some new recruits this week, as a matter of fact. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. We're going to be giving away some Big D's Pizza. With how many? We got another math problem for you tonight.
Ooh, I love math problems.
Yeah, and we had a 6-way tie, I think, for last week's winner. So we're going to have to spin the Big D's Pizza wheel. We got racing news on the way, results, and everything else that you normally would expect from the show.
Hammer Down weekend weather pit stop.
Oh, that's right, because you were just working on that from official meteorologist Professor Ron Miller.
That's the one.
Dominator Race Products has what you need to be in the winner's circle. Dominator, with 30 years of experience to put you out front. Check out the plastic color-matched late model rear spoilers they have. They also have the ultimate body panels, hood scoops, radiator fan shrouds, hood pins, and more. You can order direct from DominatorRaceProducts.com or give them a call at 419-923-6970. Dominator Race Products also available from your local reputable race shops such as Ron Miller Race Cars, Dittman Motorsports. There's a lot of them. Yeah. TireHardware.com. That's right, I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
If you want wheel covers, we stock those. Victory Fuel, official drink of the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Good stuff.
It's a refreshing natural hydration alternative that replenishes electrolytes packed with vitamins, providing a boost for athletes and individuals on the go. It's the perfect way to stay hydrated and energized throughout the race day, being free of added coloring, caffeine, and carbonation. That makes Victory Fuel great and kid-friendly. A great and kid-friendly drink.
If you're at the races and you need something with caffeine, you're doing it wrong.
There you go. Official Victory Lane drink at a lot of tracks now. Yeah.
They're doing well.
You can get yours online at drinkvictory.com and be sure to use discount code Domination or Conley Racing, and you'll save 10%. You also help fuel one of their racing programs. You can have 2 orders to use Domination for one, Conley Racing for another, and I believe DCR.
Right.
I don't know his code.
Have you heard anything about the release of the grape flavor?
Not yet. Since they were choosing the name.
I still think Moby Grape would be great.
Moby Grape.
Well,
they should have consulted you.
It's a whale of a drink.
Dittman Motorsports, also a sponsor of the show. They're the official Hoosier Racing tire dealer for Northwest Ohio. Any kind of race car service you need, bodies, parts, call today. 419-283-8580. Also got to mention DCR Graphics, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, freeze frame photos, and Magic Moment Entertainment. We have that deal with Magic Moment where if one of us get a feature, there's $100 off. We both get a feature, and you book something this month, then it's $200 off. I have not had to even gotten on the track,
Scott,
and you did not make the A main on
that was tough
Saturday.
Night.
So, and the DCR sticker, I forgot that's courtesy of DCR Graphics. So, With all that out of the way, how about we get to our first guest here, Mr.
Yeah.
Trey Jacobs. Let's bring him in. Trey, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Congratulations on picking up that win Saturday night.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Feel like it took way too long to get one there, but now we finally got the first one out of the way.
I was going to say, how big was that win? Was that like a big weight lifted off your shoulders?
Yeah. Honestly, I was really excited and happy to win, but it feels like more of a relief than even happiness. Really, we hadn't won a race. We didn't win any races in 2023, and just kind of been struggling to start this year. And Fremont of all places. Really didn't expect it to happen there, but it's nice to get a win out of the way here early in the season.
Well, you're the 2021 Attica 410 champion. You eyeing a championship there at Fremont now?
We'll see. I dug myself in a pretty big hole here to start this year, but I just want to win as many races as we can now. It's always the goal every year, to try to get, double-digit wins or close to it. And it's tough to do here in Ohio. I feel like, every week our fields are pretty stacked now. So hopefully if I can keep winning races, maybe at the end of the year we'll be in the hunt. But I'm not so sure that we will run every points race. I'm just kind of taking it week by week.
I was going to ask if you were really committed to Saturday nights at Fremont.
No, I mean, that's the plan right now. We've ran them all so far. The past few years, the past 4 or 5 years, I haven't raced Fremont much at all. We ran Wayne County on Saturdays, and with Rich Farmer taking Fremont back over and offering up the payout a little bit, it made sense, with the void here in Ohio, kind of without the All-Stars anymore, to go support the people that are looking to, help the racers and race teams. So our plans to be there, unless anything bigger kind of conflicts with Fremont. But for the foreseeable future, we'll be there on Saturday nights.
Following all the AFCS races?
Yeah. We signed up for the AFCS deal. Like I said, kind of dug myself into a hole starting the year. Had a bad run and a couple DNFs, but we're still in it as of now. We'll plan on running as many of those as possible, if not all of them.
Just an update on that. At least I think it was updated. You're 7th in the AFCS points. Actually, that was updated. 2nd in track points at Attica, and 5th in points at Fremont as of this past weekend. So
that's not too deep of a hole.
Not too bad.
No, not bad. The 2nd at Attica is surprising, really. I mean, I had a DNF there already, but Attica's been one of the places that all the fast cars have had, bad nights. Nobody's really put together a super stellar start to the year. I mean, with Cap and Kale are really the two guys to beat, I feel like, right now in Ohio, and both of those guys have had DNFs or not made shows, and we'll see. I don't right now, that's the game plan. I don't really like point racing or even thinking about point racing here this early in the year. I want to win races right now, and around July comes around and we're in the hunt at those places, then we'll stick it out.
That's when the point decisions are made.
Yeah.
So how many go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, for sure. Like I don't, we can make plans, but we're racers, and our plans can change, any given night. So we'll see where we're at here when we get a little further in the season.
So I was going to ask, how many years in the making was that first win at Fremont for you?
Well, I don't even know what year I started 305s. I think this is my 9th year racing. I think I was the rookie of the year at Attica in 16, somewhere around there. I raced Fremont for the first couple years, pretty consistently, like when I could. I only raced maybe 10, 15 times the first couple years. We just didn't have the funding to really do it much. And then I took 3 or 4 years off. I didn't really race Fremont at all. Like last year, I think the only races I raced at Fremont was Speed Week and the Jim Ford, and only one night at the Jim Ford. So I kind of took a little hiatus, but really wasn't a big fan of the place. And now Rich has really got that place a lot of fun again. And I'm excited to go back there and race there on Saturday nights.
I know the weather has played into it, but the track surface has been pretty amazing.
Yeah. I mean, first night was they tried to do a day show, and it's hard to do here in Ohio. So, but other than that, yeah, it's been awesome. There's been a bottom, a top. It's been, we're not qualifying 15-second laps like we had been there, the past handful of years. So I really enjoy it. That place is a lot of fun when there's 2 grooves and it gets really technical, and it's been a lot of fun to race on so far this year.
Now you took the early lead in that race on Saturday, and then lost it briefly there to Sean Rahal, and then I believe the yellow came out shortly after. What changes did you make after you saw him take the lead from you, or did you make any changes?
Yeah, I got out. I got the jump on the start, and I was running the top really, and my race car was pretty tight, and I like to drive a snug race car. So I was good out in open air, but as soon as we caught traffic, and I think the curb was building up a little bigger, when I had to lift, for lap cars, I was getting super tight in the curb and shoving the right front, and just wasn't very good, getting tripped up. And Sean was able to get by, and I think the yellow came out. I think we only made a lap after he got by. So after that, I knew I was behind him. I had to go wherever he wasn't. And on the restart, he drove in on the top, and I went to the bottom, and it felt really good down there. So after that, I was able to run him back down and get back by, and really I stayed plugged to the bottom the whole race. And
pretty much opened up like a 3-second lead, I think, over everyone else. So
yeah, said a couple times that we had a pretty good lead on them, but there's a bunch of yellows, and then it always sucks when you see the white flag in the air and then see guys crashing in front of you, but it all worked out.
So now let's talk about the Jacobs name. I mean, your family has experienced a lot of success there at Fremont with feature wins.
Yeah. It took my dad a lot of years to get a win there, and I'm not sure how many he has. I could probably count them on one hand. It took him a long time. I know Uncle Kenny has probably won quite a bit there, and then Lee raced Fremont a lot when he was getting going. I know he raced with Burmeisters and with his own car, and Lee has a track record there that unless they reconfigure the place, it'll never get broken. It's super fast. I think we were like 7/10 off of it Saturday, and the racetrack was pretty fast Saturday qualifying. So it's cool to win at these places. Basically I'm the last one for now with the name to win at these places. It's, most of the time, every place I win, those 3 before me have already won there. So it was cool to hear in Victory Lane that I became the 4th Jacobs to win, and we'll see what the future holds. Hopefully there will be more down the line.
Now, is there any tracks that you're the only Jacobs that has got a feature win at?
No, it's hard to find a place that anywhere around here that my old man hasn't won, and Uncle Kenny and Lee. And so now I know Lakeville, they shut down, and I know my dad and Kenny had won races there. I'm not sure if Lee ever did, and my brother actually won a race at Lakeville, but that place is no longer around. So I'm not sure we'll see it in my career. Maybe, if I hit one of these one-off races at some place my dad never raced at, that'd be my only chance. somebody with the Jacobs last name's won. It seems like damn near everywhere.
Is there any track that you haven't won at that you really would like to get a win at before your career's over?
I mean, really, all of them.
Yeah, obviously Eldora.
Yeah, Eldora for sure. I just haven't gotten the opportunity. We just haven't had the equipment and the funding to race there much. I was able to go there a couple times with the Prosser racing car, and we ran pretty decent at the 1-4 Crown. Like, wasn't in contention to win or anything, but was able to run an A main around there. But yeah, Eldora's, I mean, it's the place in Ohio. There's all kinds of places now. I mean, I'd like to get one at all the local places now, like Atomic, Sharon. Yeah, really everywhere. Waynesfield, I've led a lot of laps at Waynesfield, but haven't won a race there. Anywhere I go, I just want to feel like I'm in contention to win, and hopefully I can pick up some more wins at these different tracks.
Tell us a little bit about your team.
Right now I'm driving for McClure Motorsports. It's Jerry McClure and Jeff Weinberg. They own all the equipment. They bring us the cars, and we house it all at our shop, and my dad mostly takes care of it throughout the week. I get over there when I can, but with a 3-month-old, it's been a little harder this year. And it's just my dad, and my little cousin Kale works on it. He's getting ready to graduate high school here in a couple weeks, and we've had another young guy, Jace Wallach. I think he's finishing up his junior year of high school over at Garraway High School. And it's just me, my dad, and a couple young kids that like to work hard. So we'll get help here and there. My father-in-law comes every now and then, and we'll get an extra set of hands here and there from friends and family. But that's about it at the racetrack. And then basically all of our sponsors are now a lot of family has come on board this year, which is really cool. My wife's family and ours, and we get a lot of help here in our family. So it's really fun winning for all of them too. Well,
Craig says, Craig Mintz, that you're running the bottom for you is a little different, I guess, than anybody else.
Yeah, at Attica for sure. I think that everybody knows, and I think it's kind of bit me a couple times. I think guys look up at the scoreboard and see the 3J or whatever car I'm in is behind them, and then I'm like, shit, I'm gonna have to move around. I'm gonna have to try something different. Everybody knows I've kind of made it work around there. So yeah, I can't float the middle quite like Craig can, to these wins yet. I'm hoping we can get her dialed in good enough to be able to roll through the slick like he can. But if it's right around the infield tires, I'm usually licking my chops.
How many times have you touched those infield tires?
Too many.
Too many. Once is too many.
Yeah, they seem to jump out in front of you every now and then, but I feel like, knock on wood, I've gotten decent at just scrubbing them or lifting the front wheels over them where they're not knocking the whole front end out. But if I can get through a whole 30 or 40 lap feature around the bottom of Attica and you don't hit one at least once, that's pretty impressive. So
well, they don't fill them with concrete anymore, so you've probably moved them in a little bit a couple of times.
Yeah, they still knock front ends out quite a bit. I've tore up a couple of them. So yeah, they're running the bottom there is just something that I just have done from the very beginning. When I started racing, we had one car, one motor. I knew if I crashed, I was probably not going to race for a couple weeks, and I just guess I kind of learned how to plug her around the bottoms the safest way around the racetrack. Pounding a curb looks cool, but it's a lot easier to tear your stuff up. So
well, and at Attica, it's a whole lot better than running it off the backstretch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the visibility there gets a little tough sometimes later in the night, especially if it gets dusty. It gets a little hard to see it entering 3 when you're running the top and whatnot. But yeah, if the bottom's good, that's usually where I'll be.
So what do you got planned for this weekend as far as racing?
We're planning on outlaw shows, Attica and Sharon.
Run on both of them, okay.
Yeah. I'm really excited. The weather's kind of up in the air. We don't, I don't think anybody ever knows what's going to happen with the weather, but it looks like it's going to be hit or miss. But this May show at Attica, I was really look forward to, and the Doty. Any chance we get to race with the best guys in the world is awesome, and I feel like it's one of them nights that I walk in there feeling like I have a shot of shocking a lot of people. So we only get so many of those opportunities every year, and I'm really hoping the weather cooperates and we're able to go there and hopefully capitalize on the opportunity.
Now, what's your best World of Outlaw finish?
I don't know if I ran 10th or 11th at the Doty a couple years ago.
That's a pretty big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. Like to get up in there. Hopefully tomorrow we can, if we get to race in, I'd like to be up there competing to win. I know we've been in dashes before, and I was running like 6th or 7th and got tore up the one night. But I feel like, them guys, they're the best in the world. So when you're there and mixing it up with them guys, on that given night on that track, you can be one of the best in the world. So I think where them guys have, the funding and the teams that really, we can't touch, but we have the experience around Attica Raceway Park that kind of, evens things out. So I'm excited. I really hope the weather cooperates.
Well, hopefully none of the other World of Outlaw drivers are listening to this, and we'll be running the bottom tomorrow night.
No, I'm sure they will be. Them guys will be everywhere, but if it happens, I'll just have to rip around them on the curb.
There you go. Well, and we're trying to get our streak going where we've had our guests go on and win their next race.
After being on the show.
So, I mean, you got that working for it's kind of leveled off in recent months, so hopefully you can get that going for us again.
We'll blame it on the weather.
Yes, we'll do that.
Yeah, if I can end up in victory lane with the World of Outlaws tomorrow night, I'm almost certain I will not be racing Sharon on Saturday because I will probably have a hellacious headache. And
a little bit of partying.
Yeah, I'll probably call it a week after tomorrow.
That'd be a pretty good accomplishment there. Any plans? Are you planning to run the Ohio Sprint Speed Week this year?
Yeah, we're figuring on doing all of them.
Okay.
I have the 9-car stuff at the shop, which we have 2 cars, and then I have my our family-owned 3J cars sitting there ready to go. So if we get into any pickle, if we tear things up or whatnot, I have my own car too that I can pull out and run. So we're figuring on doing them all right now. I'm anxious to see, how that turns out the first year of it being not all-star races.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get a big following, and the prestige is still there of Ohio Speed Week.
Absolutely. Hope so too. And you mentioned your sponsors, or basically that family's helping you out. Any particular sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah. B&B Drain Service. They help out the 9 team a lot. And then, I have Holmes Cheese come on board. It's my wife's uncle, Brian Ramsire at Holmes Cheese. He helps out a bunch. And DAC Vitamin Minerals, DAC Pet Products, DAC Deer Products, everyone over there. It's my dad's cousin, Randy Jacobs and RJ. They help us out a lot. And I have Smithville Manufacturing, BISO. There's the 2 businesses that my boss owns. My day job, he helps me out. And Burgett Insurance is my father-in-law in Kilbuck, Ohio. He came on board this year too to help out. And got DJ's aircraft maintenance and repair. Anybody has an airplane, helicopter, whatever, he can work on it. And I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple other, smaller sponsors, but everyone who helps out on the 9-car and the 3J car, we're just a little team, so it's all very much appreciated.
Awesome. Well, Trey, it's been great talking to you once again, and we wish you a lot of luck tomorrow night. So maybe it's a one race weekend for you.
And get our streak fired up again.
Yeah, there you go.
We've had trouble the last couple of weeks.
I'm going to do my best. Hopefully Mother Nature cooperates, and we'll get the night in.
Thanks.
All right, man. Always a pleasure talking to you.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Take care. Here you go. Trey Jacobs, winner at Fremont, picking up his first feature win there in the 410s, and racing World of Outlaws this weekend at Attica and Sharon. So we wish him luck. Coming up, well, actually, before we do that, mention once again, hashtag DCR, put that in the comments of the Facebook Live. You just have to do that once to get registered to win that sticker, the Hammer Down Racer Report sticker, courtesy of DCR Graphics, one of those guys right there.
Have you heard anything more about being resupplied?
No, but I did find one on the floor, so I have one for next week.
Oh, all right.
So we're okay. We're okay for at least one more week. Let's do our racing roundup.
Racing Roundup.
A lot of action last week. Speaking of Craig Mintz, who was listening, he picked up the AFCS feature win in the 410s at Attica on Friday night. Ryan Markham picking up they had two late model feature events, the makeup feature event, and Rusty Schlenk picking up the Attica Oakshade regularly scheduled late model feature out there. I believe Schlenk's leading the points out there too.
He had an issue in the first feature, so hose came off or something, a big burst of steam, but he was back out for the second feature.
I think I saw that actually.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Miller picking up another 305 feature win. No report from Toledo Speedway from Friday night's action there with the school bus figure eight and late model sportsman. I guess they didn't post any of the winners. Producer Dave couldn't even find the results. So, a lot of rain outs. Lima Land was rained out Friday night. Oakshade Raceway rained out on Saturday. Fremont Speedway, as we were just talking to Trey Jacobs there, picking up the win in the 410s, the AFCS 410 feature there. Brian Sabito, that was a heck of a finish there, throwing it in hard going into turn 3 in the final lap and bouncing off a lap car just in front of the leader. He picked up the win there. And then Jimmy Miller picking up the win in the dirt trucks. Ron Miller finished, I believe he finished just outside a transfer spot in the B main in the trucks class. But
I was up to 4th. They were taking 5, and stuff happens. But we'll deal with it.
Waynesfield Raceway Park on Saturday, also in action. Zach Weigel picking up the feature win in the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Matt Freeman, your compact winner. Jeff Kaz in the UMP Modifieds, and Raleigh Hayter in the Dirt Track Truck Series. Some more rainouts. Sandusky Speedway raining out on Saturday. Flat Rock Speedway raining out on Saturday. I believe Sandusky's going to kick off their season this weekend because they've had a lot of rainouts, just like Oakshade as well.
Yeah.
Butler Motor Speedway got their show in on Saturday. Vance Gurley Jr. picking up the win in the 410s. Dylan Nussbaum, another win in the modifieds. He's pretty dominant up there. Eric Swan in the street stocks, and Dominic Morehouse in the four-cylinder class there, picking up the feature win. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series action on Friday night. Ricky Thornton Jr. picking up the win at Farmer City. Devin Moran, winner at Fairbury Speedway on Saturday night. Kubota High Limit Racing Series on Friday at 34 Raceway. It was Brad Sweet picking up the win. Saturday at Tri-City. Brent Marks, Monday night. Tyler Courtney, Sunshine, picking up the win there at Kokomo. World of Outlaw, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series action. There wasn't any. They got rained out at Williams Grove for both Friday and Saturday night. NTT IndyCar Series action. Alex Palou at Indy, the road course there, the Indy Grand Prix, picking up the win. Arkham Menard Series action. William Sawalich, former guest of the show, picking up the win at Nashville Fairgrounds. The NASCAR Series running at Darlington this weekend. Ross Chastain picking up the win Friday night in the Truck Series. Justin Allgaier in the Crown Royal Purple Bag Project 200 at Darlington. And Cup Series action on Sunday. Brad Keselowski picking up the Goodyear 400 win. And it was his first win in 3 years.
Yeah, like
I believe this is his first win with Roush.
106 races, I think they said.
But Chris Buescher, once again, heartbreak for that poor guy.
My.
He was leading late, 9 laps to go, and Tyler Reddick was racing him there and kind of got into him. I guess they both cut down tires, had to pit, and they finished deep in the running order. And then this happened on pit road afterwards.
Look at this. Buescher mad at Reddick.
I know, what was that about? As soon as I knew it wasn't going to work, I tried to back out and I got it worked. The last thing I want to do is wreck your car. I can care less about mine. I'm sorry. I f***ed up. It doesn't work for me. We don't have that sticker on the floor right now. Huh? Need to be better. I don't have that sticker on my wheel. This means more. Need you to be better. We've raced each other just fine for so long.
You know the sticker he was talking about on his car he doesn't have?
That's
this one. He doesn't have.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, I think that's what he was talking about. May have been a win sticker, but
yeah, I thought he was talking about a win sticker, but yeah, that.
But
fits.
Tyler Reddick taking responsibility and saying, I effed up, and
yeah,
it didn't make Buescher feel any better though.
And he was pretty smart. He didn't take his helmet off until things settled down a little bit.
Yeah, he's not the biggest. Tyler Reddick's not the biggest guy.
Oh, he's a little dude.
But tough break for both those drivers there. Other notes: Kaylee Bryson, our guest last week, she finished 4th in the Tony Stewart Racing number 4 Ash All-Star Series TQ Midget event over there in Columbus, Indiana. And our Hammer Down Racing Army results. James Stamper, actually going back a little bit here because the results were a little late coming in. This is from May 4th up at Butler. James Stamper up from Detroit finishing in 6th in the 4 cylinders there at Butler. Karen Van Pelt finishing 3rd in the box stocks at Palmyra, the go-karts this past weekend. Harriet Callahan and Greg Stillwell Jr. both racing in the Vors Welding CRA Late Model Sportsman Showdown at Owasso Speedway. And Harriet Callahan finishing in 11th. That was her first time starting in the 1D on asphalt. She's been racing dirt, first time on asphalt for her. Greg Stillwell Jr. finishing 5th in that event. So congratulations to all the Hammer Down Army drivers.
Yeah.
Coming up, we're going to talk to the promoter there at Lorain Raceway Park. Before we do that, we'll pay a couple bills here. If you need a professional wedding DJ, Magic Moment Entertainment is currently booking weddings for this year, next year, and into 2026. So if you're one of those people that have decided to get married, but you're going to wait forever before it actually happens, give Ron a call at Magic Moment Entertainment. Ron's the winner of many national awards for his work, including being inducted into the DJ and Wedding DJ Hall of Fames during his 30 years in business. He strives to make every wedding reception perfect, works with couples from the day your contract is signed until the last dance of the night. Doesn't charge for wedding ceremonies if they're held the same day in the same venue where he works your reception. Magic Moment Entertainment carries liability insurance, provides dance floor lighting at no cost to you, never charges for mileage, and covers the entire states of Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Kentucky. And as we mentioned earlier, during the month of May, if Ron or I happen to win a main, he will take $100 off of his normal price. And if both Ron and I win a feature this month, then it'll be $200 off.
Yeah.
I have yet to run a feature yet. Mother Nature hasn't cooperated. So we'll see. There's a lot of pressure on us for these last few weeks here. Call Magic Moment today at 419-594-2261 or find Magic Moment Entertainment on Facebook or Ohio Sports Blitz. And Ron recovering from heart surgeries. Back, I believe, doing his DJing already.
Yeah.
I think last weekend. So cool stuff there. Contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs. From Action Shots to Victory Lane. They have they can produce, I should say, custom print magnets, canned koozies, and tumblers, other gift items. Any photo they have, they can put that on any of those gift items. Their 4x6 photo prices are remaining the same for the 14th consecutive year. They haven't raised their prices. It's like inflation doesn't affect them. It's very weird. Freeze frame photo, kids photo giveaways back every race night at Oakshade Raceway this year. If you want to sponsor that, it's $50 to sponsor one night. When I copied down this copy probably a month ago, there were 8 nights still available. I don't know if they still are, but maybe you can do 2 sponsors and give away 100. That'd
be pretty cool.
Yeah, give him a call. He's open to new things. Call Charlie, 419-407-6994. Freeze frame photos, special moments, frozen in time. And, of course, Rambler Race Cars in Lambertville, Michigan. He's got race cars, trucks, parts, safety equipment, service, trailer fabricating, late models for sale. Pretty much anything a racer needs. You can call him at 734-856-7223. I haven't been in your shop recently. I saw you were working on John Young's car this afternoon.
Yeah. It was supposed to be pretty easy, and it got a little more complicated.
Mm-hmm. But you're the professor. You figured it out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. So,
starter wouldn't work, so we hit it with a hammer. And
we were having problems putting that on the other day.
I don't know. I smacked it pretty hard, and it started working.
Okay.
So,
well, very cool. Coming up, we'll be doing How Many? A chance to win some Big D's Pizza. We got the weekend weather pit stop coming up as well. Stick around for that. Right now, let's bring in our next guest, the promoter from Lorain Raceway Park. I believe, getting that track about 3 years ago, something like that. He could probably tell us. Was that 3 years ago you started, you took over?
We were the dummies that bought the track during COVID, so 2020.
Congratulations on that.
Was that after everything was shut down or before everything shut down?
It was just after May of 2020. The paperwork started in 2019, but we didn't get it done until May, so we had to wait till July to open.
So did you get any races in that year then with the COVID restrictions?
We had July. There's 2 in July, 1 in August. We had one set for Labor Day weekend, I believe, and that was supposed to be a big one. And me and my dad ended up getting COVID, so we had to cancel it. And then so I think we got 4 in that week or that year. And then it's been a special events only track since then. But this year we went to every other week, so it's more of a set schedule. And we're actually, I'm here right now. We're practicing, but we this should be our 3rd race, but we canceled, or we had a rain out once. So
you're not the only track.
Your COVID your COVID races were those with reduced
crowds,
people in the grandstands?
Yeah, well, we kind of stretched the limitations a little bit, saying that we have a lot of grandstands and we really didn't have as many. But yeah, we had some limitations and like the social distance and all that stuff. But we did what we were supposed to, and we were able to get through it. So,
now give us a little history of that track. It used to be Lorain County Speedway. Yeah. What's the history of that track? What made you wanna run that track?
Yeah, so more of a backstory. My dad was a silent owner at Mansfield back in the late 90s and early 2000s. He was with Dean Bolton. Dean was more of the face of it, and my dad was a silent owner that was given a lot of money and stuff. His name wasn't on any of the paperwork or anything, so he ended up getting screwed out of the deal and stuff like that. But so I was born, and he got out of racing for a while, and then I started racing. My cousins were racing at Sandusky back in the day. I after they got out of racing around like 2010 to, I don't know, maybe like 2015, I was running around Lorain as a kid. That was my home track. And then someone came to my dad with the idea to possibly buy Painesville Speedway. And my dad wanted me involved and stuff like that. And then he was saying like, hey, you want to do this, blah, blah, blah. And at the time I was in high school. I was 17 years old, doing like social media and stuff like that for my high school sports teams and stuff. So So we got Paynesville, and then I was doing the social media and everything. The promoter at the time left, and then my dad was like, well, you think you can do this? And here I was, 17 years old, promoting racetrack. So I owe a lot to my mom and dad to really kind of have faith in me and stuff like that. But and then we were doing good. Everything was going well at Paynesville. We made a lot of improvements and stuff, and we had an opportunity to buy Lorain. And we always messed around about it, like, oh, that'd be cool to have 2 tracks. You know, like on my hat it says 2 tracks, 1 family. And we were like, oh, that'd be really cool. Yeah, probably never happened. And then we heard like a rumor about the price that the guy was asking. We were like, man, it'd be really cool to have our own track, you know, this and that. Paynesville's still like our home. I feel a lot more, I don't know, comfortable there. Just because, you know, everything, the whole facility is just different. The vibes are different stuff. Here I'm stressed out to the max, mostly because we have big shows and stuff. But yeah, so we've been doing a lot of work here since 2020. We put a new catch fence on the front stretch, a new wall in turn 1 and 2. If you guys don't know, Lorain has open ends, or used to have open ends on turn 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so in 3 and 4, if you go too far, you're going into the woods. And if you go too far in turn 1 and 2, you're going into a wall. And that wall really screwed up some people's backs and careers, honestly. So we put a wall in turn 1 and 2. 3 and 4 still open, but the wall in turn 1 and 2 has styrofoam blocks like Oswego, kind of.
Yeah.
So that helps to blow a lot. And then we put up a new wall. We had a bunch of guardrail on the return row. We took that out, put a wall, put a new catch fence there. We put like 2 new pavilions. My dad, I call him like Farmer Randy, because he likes to go on his Kubota and grade and go on his mini excavator and do stuff. But so he built a pond. So he built a pond back in it was there already. He just cleaned it up and made it look pretty. Put a little blue stuff in it, so it makes it look a little better. But so we hold parties over there and stuff. Built a new garage. So we've done a lot of work here, and we're really proud of it. And fan counts need to get up a little bit, but opening day was 48 degrees and we had 400 people in the stands, which we've had less on nicer days back a few years ago. So we're getting there, and we're really excited for this weekend too.
So what's with the name change from Lorain County Speedway to Lorain Raceway Park? Was that just to delineate between the new era from the previous era, or what?
Yeah, kind of. So the old era, I guess you can say, went through a lot of how do I put this? Like a lot of people that were leasing the tracks, and the same owner kind of, but he would get it, and he lived a few states away, so he wasn't able to really do much. And there's a lot of, not maybe ill will, but like bad juju, I guess you can say, around the old name. So it was Lorain County Speedway since the creation. So a lot of people didn't really like the name change, but we still like use the tagline, the county, and almost in every post that we put, we say like, you know, come check out the racing at the county, you know. So we still try to hold that true, and like our history here. We're bringing back the Hall of Fame here and stuff like that this year in August. So we still try to hold the history, but it just felt like we just needed something different, and needed new blood in here and everything. And honestly, I think I went to Attica in 2019 when we were thinking about buying the track, and the announcer, I don't know his name there, but he was like, "Oh, Attica
Ryan.
Raceway Park and stuff." So
Ryan
the way he
Lisk
said
guy.
it, the way he said it, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, so I would go home and I'd be like, "Man, Lorain Raceway Park, like it sounds so cool." And so, kinda, it's because of Attica, I guess you can say. We kind of stole it from them, but yeah, I think it sounds really cool too. So
You didn't want to change it to dirt though because of Attica.
Oh no.
Okay.
Definitely not. I think that it'd be really cool, and I think that there's a lot of potential there. But I'm a pretty boy. I can't do dirt. I don't know the first thing about dirt.
Did you wanted to ask something, didn't you?
No, I think he covered it.
Okay, let's talk about some of the events you got coming up this season. There, I was looking through the calendar, the CRS trucks and riding a race car. What's that about?
Yeah, so that's June 1st. The CRS Truck Series, they'll be in town and riding a race car. So basically, the the cars, not really the trucks because they have built-in interiors and stuff, but the cars like the compacts and the pure stocks and stuff that, the kids can jump in there, and the cars are going like 5 miles an hour around the track, but just something cool for the kids to kind of be inside and hear the engines and stuff like that. So that's really cool. And then we have a big event this weekend on Saturday, the Jackpot Nationals. We have 55, I believe, modifieds and about 35 Crown Vics that will be racing, and also our pure stock division.
Wow.
So that's Saturday night. We're doing like the ABC style, so we'll have an A, B, and C main for modifieds, A and B for Crown Vics, and if you win the C, you keep the money and move up into the B. If you win the B, you keep the money, move up to the A, and then and we have 25 cars starting the A, so it's really cool. I love the format. We lock in the top 16 through qualifying, and then we have 4 heat races. The winner and second place move on to the A, 3rd through 6th go to the B, and then everyone else goes to the C. So heat races don't really mean a lot in asphalt racing, and I think that just heat races at 10 laps, I mean, if you're starting in the A main for 7,500 to win, or B main for 3,000 win, or C main for 1,000 win, all good money, but everyone wants to be in that A main. So I feel like just heat races are just awesome. Then we have single car qualifying for the modifieds too. So I'm really excited about that. I just love single car qualifying. So
I wish we had C mains and B mains that paid 1,000 and 3,000 to win.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I'm the idiot that came up with that purse. So it's more driver friendly, I guess you can say. But I really think that the crowd's going to show up, and the cars obviously are. So we're going to be packed. We have practice right now, practice tomorrow, and then racing Saturday. So we're really excited about the Jackpot. And then we have Super Crown Nationals, which is with the ISMA Super Modifieds. That's on June 14th and 15th. So the Super Crown Nationals is, I guess you can say, kind of like High Miler, since everyone's familiar with High Miler.
Right.
But when they do 40 laps on Friday and 100 laps on Saturday, we do 40 on Friday and then twin 40s on Saturday. So really, the fans are getting 3 features in the weekend. And instead of like the endurance of an attrition of a 100 lap race, it's just 40 laps and everyone's gung ho right from the beginning. So it's really something cool that me and or Lori May and I did with MSS back before ISMA and MSS merged. And so I love it. And then we call it Super Crown. So like right now I'm looking at, we have a pavilion that we have picnic tables set up at and stuff like that. And we call so the 2022 Super Crown champion, all the points added up throughout the weekend for the supers is like the king. So the champion's the king. So right now I'm looking at the King Kyle Castle Pavilion because Kyle Edwards was the champion in 2022. And then so June 14th and 15th we'll unveil the King Mike Castle Pavilion because Mike McVedo won the championship for that. So then all the feature winners get some crowns and stuff like that, nice cool like king crowns or whatever you want to call it. So that's really cool. And then also we have a big show Saturday, June 29th, the Triumph Street Stock Nationals, or Stock Car Nationals, that is. So compacts and street stocks basically do exactly what we're having this weekend for the modifieds and Crown Vics. Last year for street stocks, we had 62 come, and this year I'm anticipating about 80.
Wow.
Probably about 80 street stocks. Right now we have 63 already registered. So, and a lot of them are either like new to the Trident or like they're from out of town, haven't raced the Trident, or just are new that didn't race here last year or something. So that's a lot of upside there. So we're really excited. That's on June 29th. So that's our big 3, I guess that you can call it, at Lorain this year. So
Well, you got a Halloween Festival of Speed toward the end of your schedule there. What's that about, or is that still to be determined?
Yeah, so that's it's called Cavalcade.
Okay.
Every every asphalt track has that around here. So basically Friday, it's practice, then everyone parties. Saturday is practice, qualifying, and preliminaries, and then a few features for the lower divisions, and then everyone parties. And then Sunday, if you're able to wake up, we run features. So So it's a pretty good time. It's a good, like, you end the year on a fun note, you know, we pay pretty big money for all those features. And then this way too, you know, like we're just all hanging out as one community, you know, so.
For some of our listeners that may not be familiar with Lorain Raceway Park, how big is the track and how much banking is there?
So Lorain Raceway Park is a 3/8 mile, and it has 12-degree banking in the corners.
Okay.
It's more of a momentum track. So you want to keep your momentum up, and you're always turning, the drivers say. So.
Gotcha. What are there any particular events you're looking most forward to this year, or you're going to be like one of those promoters that I'm looking forward to all of them?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm looking forward to all of them. The three that I mentioned really are the big three that we have, and then Cavalcade's always fun. We're bringing back the Hall of Fame this year. There was 2 classes in 05 and 06, or 04 and 05, and there's 30 people total that got inducted, but there's no like brick and mortar Hall of Fame. So there was a picture and of all of them together on the front stretch, and that was it. So it took a lot of digging to just find that. But so we're re-inducting all of them, and then next year we'll start off our own classes. So that's Hall of Fame night on August 10th. Let's see, we got, I'm trying to go through my mind and our schedule. We have the Ohio Wheelman Series, Street Stocks on September 7th. We have Cancer Awareness Night on August 24th, where we have Relay for Life coming in. We're going to do a walk during intermission, then a post-race concert with a local band called Bad Juju. And then, that's about it.
Where can
Kids Night in July and stuff like that. So
where can people find the schedule? Website, social media? What's the best place to follow?
Yes. So our website is NEOHIO, Neo Ohio Racing. So NEOHIO Racing.com, and it's a brand new website we just had redone, stuff like that. It looks awesome. You go on the website, and it's a video playing of monster trucks that we had in the past, super modified, rolling around the track. So it's really cool. But we're really dominant on Facebook. We have a big Facebook presence. I tried Instagram and Twitter, but it's a lot for one person that has a full-time job too. So that's a little tough, but basically our website, NEOHIO Racing.com, and then Facebook.
And what are we looking at for admission prices, pit passes? Do those vary from show to show, and start times?
Yeah, so we always start racing on Saturdays at 6 p.m. The admission kind of varies. So this Saturday, with our big show, the Jackpot, it's $20 for adults admission, $15 for seniors 65 and up, and then 15 and under always free with paying adults. So that's a new promotion we're doing this year. So the 15 and under, obviously, if a group of 14-year-olds, just the parents drop them off and then they leave, and then we don't want that. But if they're coming with families and stuff, they're free. And I think it's really helped families be able to afford to come out here in this economy. So we do that. But normally the adults general admission varies anywhere between 12 to 20. And then the pit passes anywhere between 30 and 40, but normally about 30 for a regular event. So.
And what would you say is the best food that served at the concession stands?
I'm a fat kid, so I can't even say that. I'm fat, but I'm very picky. So our burgers are really good. They're all beef, obviously, and the hot dogs we have they're really big. So we have big all beef hot dogs. Let's see what else we have. We try to run some specials, so we have an idea. I don't want to leak it yet, but for Super Crown, we're going to have kind of like a cool gimmick that the food comes in, but we're going to have like wings because super modifieds and stuff like that. So kind of goes hand in hand. So we're going to have bone-in or boneless wings tossed in sauce and stuff, like 3 different sauces. But the gimmick is going to be
hungry
cool,
now.
So make sure I know. Make sure to watch our Facebook for that. So I'm really excited about that too.
Randy, one of our listeners, Dean Hendry, wants to know.
Don.
Oh, that was Don. I'm sorry. Wants to know if you're going to be running cage carts anytime this year.
Yeah, so that's something I didn't even touch on. So we have it's 2 tracks, 1 family, but technically we have 3 tracks now, I guess you can say. So we have Painesville, which is on the east side of Cleveland. It's a 5th mile asphalt oval with a figure 8 in the middle. So we run a lot of figure 8 races. The Outlaw figure 8 guys from Indiana come down and race with us. And then we have Little Lorain as well. So it's something we started this year for, I call it my job security, because we're getting the younger youth involved. So we have quarter midgets and go-karts. Saturday mornings, we have cage carts, box stock carts, clone carts, and then we have juice box divisions, which the juice box are basically radio flyer go-karts. They're electric. I think 24-volt batteries, $250, $300 on Amazon. And these little kids, 2 to 5 years old, are able to race around the track, and it's really cute. They're all really good kids. And then they can move up to the actual like motor division, I guess you can say, when they're 5. And then we also have quarter midgets too. So we run go-karts on Saturday mornings of regular shows. So we're not doing it this weekend just because it's such a busy week. But June 1st is our next go-kart day, and racing starts Saturday mornings at about 10:30. And then quarter midgets, the next time they're running, we have the NASCAR youth sanction and everything. So the Little Lorain Quarter Midget Racing Association, their next date is actually Thursday, June 13th, and it kicks off Super Crown with ISMA. So that'll be really cool too.
Nice. Now, you mentioned that Lorain has been at least the first couple of years, a special events track. This year, you're every other week. Is there plans at some point in the future, if things go right, to become a weekly track again? I know a lot of tracks, like Toledo Speedway, has shifted many years ago to just becoming a special event only track. But this would be something going in the opposite direction of a lot of trends, at least.
Yeah, right now I think so. This is our first year doing the every other, and I think that if we stick with it, it'll be taken off quite a bit. Every week's hard just because we race Painesville too. So when we first bought Lorain, it was okay, and 5 years or so, which would be now, we were like, we can run every Saturday, then Painesville will run Friday. Well, that's a great idea, but then when the Painesville people don't like Fridays, it doesn't really, they kind of revolted against it. They just stopped showing up. So, which good for them, So we have 4 Fridays, I believe, at Painesville, and they're kind of capped out at that. So and our crew goes back and forth with us and stuff like that. Actually, funny little story. We actually had a meeting with all of our crew at Painesville. And when we were talking about buying Lorain, we weren't going to buy Lorain if they weren't on board with us coming back and forth. We really try to be family oriented. Like some of our safety crew guys, their kids run around. We call it, my dad calls them his littles. And I'm like, what are you calling them the littles? You didn't even like me when I was younger. You weren't around because he was working so much. So, but yeah, we're really family oriented group. And so, I think every week would be really hard. It's hard enough what we do now. I think Lorain, we have 14 or 15 shows, maybe 13 or 14. And then Painesville, we have, I think, 24. So even that alone is pretty tough. But yeah, so we try to like alternate employees and stuff like that, but truly there's not enough of them to go around. So we kind of, by the end of like right now, we've had rain outs, but right now we're all gung ho, like let's go racing, let's do it 8 days a week, let's go. And then by the time August hits, we're ready to wrap up. So
Yep.
So you're a young promoter. How old are you now?
I'm 23 now.
23. How many gray hairs you got?
Definitely a lot. I was just telling this story. My girlfriend, I was laying in bed and she's like, I think you have gray hair. And I'm like, stop, don't even look at it. Like, I know I have it. My dad's bald, so I'd rather be gray than bald. So,
well, I'm promoting from what I hear. It'll give you gray hairs, or could make your hair fall out. Then you go bald.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's definitely a thankless job. But I can't imagine myself doing anything else. Like I've worked full time, but I don't know. It's awesome. I love being here. My phone's on 6%. Am I? How much time do I have left?
We're about done, so all good.
So here, we'll get out here. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go out here. I'll show you guys. Will my screen flip or no?
Probably not. You can try it.
All right. So
You'll be sideways. Or there we go.
There's the track. There's the main concourse. I'm going to try to show you guys the track a little bit here.
Okay.
Here's that pavilion that we have. Bathrooms over there. Stands. My dad just put in new 57 stone over here, so I can barely walk in it.
It's better than walking in mud, though.
Yes, very true. Yes, absolutely. So there's a track if you guys can see it. Nice sunset there, but so there she is, and then there's a car pulling in over there. So, but yeah, so here's my baby, my second baby, I guess you can say.
Awesome. Well, Randy, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and we wish you the best of luck this season. We're gonna cover your results at least throughout the season as well here on the show. Yeah, definitely. And I hope to see everyone at the Jackpot this weekend. Check out our Facebook page for more information. All right, man. Go charge your phone. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we'll see you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Randy.
Bye-bye, guys. Yep. There you go. Randy Maggio Jr., the promoter there, the new promoter as of 3 years. I guess he's still technically kind of new.
Yeah.
At Lorain Raceway Park.
Toledo Speedway. Factory stock Josh Bunting. Sportsman Jim Froling, and the school bus figure eight.
Oh, you got the results for Toledo.
Yep, Frenzel. Jack Frenzel.
Okay. Where'd you get that from?
You just got to move up the scroll.
Oh,
ways.
I missed that. Who put that in there?
I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Brian Nelson.
Oh, thank you, Brian.
Yeah, thank you for that.
When I saw it,
you wrote it down?
His name was cut off.
Oh, I got you. I didn't even see that. So good catch there. Awesome. Let's do our racing news, and then we'll go into how many. Give away some stuff and wrap up things. And yeah, don't forget hashtag DCR. If you've already did that, you're in the drawing. If not, just put in hashtag DCR in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, and you'll be entered into the drawing. Just out of curiosity, we only got 21 entries in that and that's for the Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker courtesy of DCR Graphics. Let's do that.
Latest racing news.
Out a show 2 weeks from now.
We'll do that in a little bit.
You got notes on that?
Yep.
Okay,
That's at the end of the news here.
I want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Due to a 90% chance of rain projected for the area Monday night through Wednesday morning, officials with Castrol Flow Racing Night in America, presented by Kubota and Brownstown Speedway, decided to reschedule the event. This was for earlier this week. That was scheduled for Tuesday night to Wednesday, September 25th. The event will now be held in advance of the 45th annual Jackson 100 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series weekend, which is set for the 27th and 28th of September. Additionally, the Castrol Flow Racing Night in America, presented by Kubota event that was preempted by rain at Lincoln Speedway on Thursday night, has been rescheduled for Monday, July 8th. Potential rescheduling dates are still being evaluated for the Spoon River Speedway event that was postponed by weather on Wednesday evening. There will be a quiz later on, so hopefully you took notes on that.
Yeah.
NASCAR will launch, did you hear about this? The in-season tournament for next year?
No.
Yeah, another gimmicky thing coming next year. I'm reserving judgment until it happens. I don't know. There might be a good tie-in for gambling apps or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But NASCAR is going to launch an in-season tournament next season. It's going to coincide with their new TV partners, with their parts of the schedule. Speaking of Amazon Prime and TNT, the top 32 drivers in points will be pitted head-to-head in the tournament. Seedings will be based on finishes during the 3 Amazon Prime races. So Amazon Prime's got 3 races. So based off of those races, that's how they're going to be seeded. The tourney winner will receive $1 million.
Ooh. For 3 races.
Well, no, because it'll be 32, so it'll be like a bracket. It's kind of like the NCAA tournament.
Okay.
The drivers will be pitted head-to-head, and they'll go to the next round, the next round.
Okay.
I forget how many races there were in the bracket, but it's a few. But those will be on TNT, I believe. That's where the bracket will be. But before that, it's on Amazon Prime, and they're going to begin their coverage on Amazon Prime of the Cup races with the 66th running of the Coca-Cola 600 on May 25th, 2025. This is next year again. So this is next summer this will happen. We'll see how it works.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things, man. They're just throwing it against the wall, seeing if it sticks. I don't know. Speaking of broadcasts, seven-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Jimmy Johnson is heading to the NBC Sports broadcast booth this month. He'll start on May 26th with coverage for the Indianapolis 500. Johnson will then take the role of race analyst for NASCAR races at Daytona International Speedway and Talladega Super Speedway. Additionally, Johnson will contribute to the NBC coverage for other select NASCAR
I'm glad
Cup
to see
Series
him
races.
getting out of the seat.
Is it time?
Oh, Scott,
Or is it his equipment?
He has just struggled so
Is it
badly
him or
this
is
year.
it the equipment, though?
Oh, I don't think it's him. I don't
You
think
think
he lost it.
He's not in the top equipment like he was at
Yeah,
Hendrick.
boy, I really feel bad for him.
Did you see this over the weekend? This was kind of cool. We got some more video to show you here. Super modified driver Bobby Timmons, defending track champion at Star Speedway in Epping, New Hampshire, had his night cut short this weekend by an errant push truck. The incident occurred under caution in the 350 Bob Webber Sr. Jim Martell Memorial 47 race. The drivers were being told by race control to catch up to the leader and get back to their correct starting positions. That's when this happened. It doesn't take very long. Here we go, right here. Yeah.
Why was that truck turning left?
Well, I guess there was a miscommunication or something. I'm not sure what
Catch up with a pace truck.
what actually happened there. Timmons was not injured, but did complain about a sore shoulder on Sunday, I believe the day after. His car was not as lucky, suffered a lot of damage. He was done for the night. Driver of the pickup truck was also okay, but the truck had to be towed away. The track did cut Timmons a check for damages and a tire bill. Plus, he did receive some money from the race sponsor, and friends and family also chipped in. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But that's still,
somebody
still a sucky way to be taken out of a race.
Racers are there not just for the money. They like to win. And
Exactly. Yeah. Now, May 30th, 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to try something probably a little bit different. I'll let you talk about, because this has to do with Ryan Unzicker's post.
Ryan
Very long.
Unzicker put a very long post on Facebook this week saying that he was scaling back, or actually pretty much eliminating his racing program.
I thought he said he was scaling back and just doing regional.
Right, local stuff. Racers,
But they were looking at other options, which I think means hoping somebody comes to him with some money.
Racers never quit, Scott.
Yeah, yes, I know. And they never retire either.
No. But so his post fed into a lot of responses from racers complaining about the exorbitant cost of racing these days.
Which is one of the reasons you kind of stepped back from the late models and now
And it
run
is,
a dirt
Scott.
truck.
And, health issues for 2 years kind of bit me in the butt. And it gave me an opportunity to watch racing instead of being involved with it. And it got to where I was, I couldn't justify the expense of the dirt late model racing. And I'm in kind of a unique position because I build a lot of my own stuff, and it doesn't cost me quite as much as some of the other teams. But we're going to have a show on May 30th, and we're going to
2 weeks from tonight.
Right, and we're going to be talking with several racers. And
I saw Ryan Markham was interested.
Right,
in
Ryan
going
Markham.
We're just kind of talking to dirt late model drivers then, and some sanctioning body officials.
We're hoping to get a couple of sanctioning body officials, maybe a couple of track owners,
track
or promoters, giving their viewpoint. The tracks are in a tough position, Scott, because they can't put out much more money.
So is it the costs are too expensive, or the tracks aren't paying enough, or I guess is that part of the discussion that you kind of want to have?
Yeah,
And
if you're interested in being part of this, we're not looking for keyboard jockeys that want to throw a bunch of darts at racetracks.
We'd like to have a productive conversation.
Yeah,
see if we can come up with some solutions.
If this can be a platform to start some changes in dirt late model racing that might make it more user friendly. That's what we're looking for.
You're being very optimistic.
Scott, right now there's a dozen guys, 10 guys in World of Outlaws, 10 guys in Lucas that for all practical purposes, they are writing the rules.
They're the ones that write the rules, okay.
And the sanctioning bodies pretty much go along with whatever they're doing. And yeah, every so often they'll say, no, you can't do that. But dirt late models have gotten totally outrageous. We've mentioned it on this show before that the term aero push in dirt late model racing should never exist. And it does. So
you should have a shirt that says that.
You do?
I said you should. We
should
make you a shirt.
Should.
Yeah.
Probably. So anyway, we're going to see if we can tackle it on our local level and regional level, and maybe it'll get some traction.
All right. Let's see. We got a limit of about 8 guests because we have 10 we can have on this. So it's 2 for you, or 2 would be you and me.
Right. If there's somebody local that wants to come in,
we can do that
work
too.
Just fine. The rest of them can.
Let Ron's organizing this. So I'm putting you in charge of this.
Okay.
So get a hold of Ron and let him know if you're interested, and we'll get back with you on.
If you think you have something viable to add to the program, we'd like to hear it.
Should we try and get Sam back on?
I want to get Sam on.
Okay, Sam Driggers there from Dirt Car. Cool. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to this because I didn't have anything planned yet for the 30th, so that'll be coming up in 2 weeks.
Very good.
We got our how many to do and then our racing menu before we wrap up the show. Before we do that, got to mention Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race. Full show this weekend. Was this the 4th time? Hopefully the 4th time's the charm, because 3rd time wasn't. We'll have the weekend weather pit stop as well. Hopefully Ron's got some good news for us. And then next weekend, it's going to be the American Late Model Ironman Series Barney Oldfield race at Oakshade Raceway. That's Memorial Day weekend. The UMP Dirt Car Summer Nationals coming up there July 13th. The 1,000 to win Papa Boiler Spectacular coming up for the Dominator Superstocks on September 14th. You can check out the entire schedule at oakshaderaceway.com. Had a little issue with the website yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, somebody forgot to renew the domain. Well, it was, I don't want to get into the details. Somebody didn't forget. Somebody's no longer there too.
I see.
Yeah. So that kind of, the site went away for a little bit, but it's back now. Everything's good. oakshaderaceway.com. You can always follow on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. They're on all of those platforms.
Somebody's really busy with all of those forums.
Yeah, not me. I don't handle all that. I just do the website. DCR Graphics, your vinyl racing graphics provider. They do full wraps, partial wraps, number decals, sponsor decals of just about any kind. They're currently running that special still. It's been extended to design a dirt late model or modified for that video game, the Hammer Down Dirt Track Racing game that's going to be coming out in November. And basically, he can design a car for you that you can race as, or you maybe there's a car that you want designed of somebody that you don't like, so you can play the game and crash into them. Whatever. Dale, I'm sure, does not care, but for $20, he'll design you a late model. He can start with just a concept and make one for you, or if you got a design or a late model, a picture of a late model or something, he can model it after that. He's a pretty talented guy there. All you got to do is get a hold of him at 419-308-9523. You can check him out on Facebook at facebook.com/DCR Graphics. And you can also order your official Hammer Down Racing Report window stickers, these things right here that you can win as well, for just $5. He'll mail it out to you, meet you at the track, bring it out to you. Just give him a call and make arrangements there. And if you have one of those stickers, slap it on your race car like Greg Stillwell Jr. did, and join the Hammer Down Army.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, there you go. And that is all of our bills are paid now. Let's do, well, before we do how many, got to mention no calls or texts this week on the Hammer Down hotline. If you do want to get something off your chest, feel free to do so. 419-318-3081 anytime, day or night. Actually, we did get a call on the Hammer Down hotline from Bob Stazak, one of our associate producers here.
Right.
He mentioned that, or when you were talking about Moby Grape, apparently he says that was a brand back in the 1960s from San Francisco with a one-hit wonder with Omaha.
Oh, it's a band. Yeah,
It's a band. Oh, band. Okay.
Yep, band.
He doesn't want any copyright infringements for Victory Fuel. He's looking out for Victory Fuel, so don't try to get them in trouble.
I wonder if that is. Yeah, who knows?
It was before my time, just a little bit. So let's give away some Big D's pizza. How about we do that?
How many?
So last week's How Many was how many tracks were going to rain out before the features from last weekend that were included in our local and regional part of our racing menu. There was 9 total events. 4 of those were rained out.
Right.
And you said 4.
Ta-da!
So you were right on. Congratulations on that. I said 5 because I had to go under or over you. And I was trying to be, I guess I was
optimistic.
No, I was pessimistic.
Oh, pessimistic. Yeah.
I was more pessimistic than you. And we did have 6 people choose 4 of our listeners here. So we're going to have to spin the Big D's pizza wheel.
Maybe that's why I do the weekend weather pit stop and not you, Scott.
Well, this week, I guess this week could be affected by your weekend. Let's spin the Big D's pizza wheel for to determine who our winner is going to be this week. On the wheel, we have Craig Ozenbaugh, David Keegan, Karen Van Pelt, Chris Blykamp, Dean Henry, and Matt Swander all have picked 4. Correct, they were right on the dot. So here we go. We're going to spin the Big D's pizza wheel to determine this week's winner.
Nice job on your pick, folks.
Yeah.
Craig Ozenbaugh.
He's won a couple times now in the past few months. Congratulations, Craig. You have won a Big D's pizza. Get a hold of myself or Dean over there at Big D's. You have 30 days to claim your pizza. And then Dean gets to keep it for himself if you don't. So congratulations to Craig. And this week's How Many? This one's a math problem. Could be affected by weather. And I did type it all out. It's pretty long. So there you go.
Oh, my.
How many stocks versus trucks at Fremont Speedway, plus how many Dominator Super Stocks at Oakshade, plus how many Super Stocks at Eldora on Saturday night? That's the total. So the stocks and trucks at Fremont, that's one class. So that'd be the total of the stocks and trucks, plus the number of Super Stocks at Oakshade, plus the number of Super Stocks at Eldora. Now, keep in mind that should Eldora and Oakshade rain out, a lot of those cars may go to Fremont because of the Fremont's running the Showdown Series rules for the stocks versus trucks.
Right.
Even though it's not a Showdown Series event, it's the Showdown rules. So just because one of those or 2 of those may rain out, the number may not change too much. So it's kind of a complicated one.
I'll make it a little bit easier. Saturday night at Fremont looks pretty doable right now.
You're hoping.
I haven't gotten into the weekend weather pit stop
we'll
yet.
do that momentarily.
But I'm just throwing that one out there.
So put your guess in. Just put the number in the comments of the Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We'll give you until noon on Saturday. Does that sound fair?
Sure.
They're all Saturday. We'll give you till noon on Saturday. And if they take the green flag for one heat race, that counts.
Oakshade typically puts their rainouts up about 10 in the morning.
Yeah, I usually get a call about 9 in the morning.
Yeah. So You want to move that back to 10?
Or we could just leave it at noon, and then the smart people will wait, or they'll forget to.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll keep it at noon.
All right.
Because, like I said, some of those could shift around to other places, and I don't know. We'll see. What's your guess?
48.
That's it?
I'm telling you, 48.
That's it? For all 3 tracks?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to 49 then.
Yeah.
Made that easy for me.
You're going to lose because 48 is right there.
Well, let's see. There's how many trucks have the Fremont had the past few weeks?
27, 28.
So there's 27, 28. I believe there was 24-ish at Eldora when they ran last month. And I'm guessing 40-ish at Oak. I'm just throwing some numbers out there.
Well, come up with your number.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, you went one up on me, but.
Oh, you want me to give you like a number that I think it could be?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. 27 plus we'll give you 32 plus a 41. It's going to be 72 plus 24. I'm going to go with 90.
Ooh, that's a big number.
Yeah. So I'll put 90 in parentheses. And that's assuming all 3 tracks run. We shall see. So, again, you have until noon to get your guess in. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, like Spotify or whatever, you're not watching us live, you can still get in on this and a chance to win a Big D's pizza, courtesy of Big D's out in Clyde. And speaking of them, let's do our racing menu for this weekend.
This weekend's Big D's Pizza Racing Menu.
So Friday night, tomorrow night, May 17th, it's the Run for the Rabbit at Limaland Motorsports Park, featuring the Great Lakes Super Sprints, the UMP Modifieds, and Thunderstocks. Gates open at 5, racing at 7:30. General admission is $12. Attica in action tomorrow night. Attica Raceway Park, where Randy informed us that's where he got the idea for Lorain Raceway Park. Little tidbit of knowledge for you there. Kistler Engines Classic. It's the World of Outlaws, NOS, Energy, Drink, Sprint Cars, and 305 Sprints at Attica there tomorrow night. Gates open at 3, racing at 7:45. General admission tickets are $38 for that one. There's Saturday, May 18th. All right, you got quite a few different events going on. As Randy had mentioned earlier, the Jackpot Modified Nationals at Lorain Raceway Park. Featuring Modifieds, Pure Stocks, Crown Vics. Gates open at 1, racing at 6. General admission $20 for that show. Flat Rock Speedway, the Dutch Boy 150, the ARCA Menards Series East back again. They'll be running there along with the Street Stocks and a 50-lap figure 8 feature. Gates open at 4:30, racing at 7 p.m. General admission $26 there at Flat Rock. Sandusky Speedway. $1 general admission night. It's going to be Pure Stocks, Renegades, Beginner Stocks, All-American Iron. They did a live at 6:30 today. I didn't get a chance to catch it, so hopefully nothing changed there. But you could probably check that out on their Facebook page. Watch it. Watch the rebroadcast of that. Gates open at 4 at Sandusky, racing at 7. Again, general admission just $1. Can't go wrong there. Fremont Speedway, Truckworks of Ohio night, featuring the Great Lakes Super Sprints versus the 305 Sprints. That's 360s versus 305s. And the Stocks versus Trucks. Again, that's Showdown Series rules. That's Corey McCoy's Showdown Series rules. And they posted that on Facebook, so you can
And it's been shared.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
If you haven't seen that and you want to know what it is, shoot me a message. I can forward that to you. Gates open at 4, racing at 7 at Fremont. General admission $20 there. Oakshade Raceway. Hopefully, this is the night we get the season started with UMP late models, DCR Graphics Sportsman, the Dominator Super Stocks, and the Compacts. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. Remember that new start time, 7:30. General admission $15 there at Oakshade Raceway. Butler Motor Speedway. It's the open wheel spectacular Great Lakes traditional sprints, 410 wing sprints, UMP modifieds, all in action at Butler on Saturday night. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. General admission also $15 at Butler. And Eldora Speedway, it's family fireworks night featuring the USAC D2 Midwest Thunder Midgets, the UMP modifieds, and Super Stocks. Gates open at 4:30, racing at 7:30. General admission only $10 at Eldora. And how's the weather looking for this weekend for our area tracks?
Scott, it's kind of a replay of last weekend. Friday looks wet. There's going to be rain showers on and off during the day, and then 5, 6 o'clock. Most of the southern tracks are going to see some rain. Now, the tracks farther up in Michigan, they don't look quite so bad. So
southern tracks within our area.
Yeah, Northwest Ohio, Central Ohio.
Okay.
Probably see some rain, quite a bit of rain tomorrow afternoon. The Saturday track, Saturday afternoon, looks to be clearing up. It's just a matter of how much damage the Friday rain does.
It's been the problem the past few weeks. But let's hope Mother Nature turns off the spigot, because it's getting a little crazy.
Looking ahead a week, it looks like we're in for warmer and drier weather.
So Memorial Day, a lot of races
Yes.
coming up on Memorial Day weekend. Cool. Other series action this weekend, Kubota High Limits Racing Series. They're going to be at Outlaw Speedway in Dundee, New York tonight, as a matter of fact, and double down at Utica Rome Speedway in Vernon, New York, Friday night, May 17th. World of Outlaw Cates Construction Equipment Late Model Series. They have the Monroe Late Model Showdown at Raceway 7 in Conneaut, Ohio tonight. The Billy Wynn Classic at Bedford, Pennsylvania on Friday. The Connor Bobick Memorial at Marion Center Raceway in Pennsylvania. And Path Valley Speedway in Spring Run, Pennsylvania on Sunday. So a full weekend of outlaw racing for the late models.
I see you've got the postseason beard going. Fill us in on the Toledo Walleye.
We'll get to that. The World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series in action, as we mentioned, tomorrow night at Attica. Good luck to Trey Jacobs. And also Sharon Speedway in Hartford, Ohio on Saturday night. Truck Series for the NASCAR guys, they're going to be at North Wilkesboro on Saturday at 1:30 on FS1 for the Wright Brand 250. And then it's the NASCAR All-Star Open at North Wilkesboro on Sunday, May 19th, starting at 5:30 on FS1. And then the All-Star race with the 5:30 that's the Open. And then the All-Star race itself is at 8 o'clock on FS1.
Wow.
Yeah. And, the Toledo Walleye, a 22-game winning streak.
22, an unbelievable 22 in a row.
Toledo Walleye hockey, they're on a roll, but I guess I forget. I have tickets to Monday night's game, and I forget who we're playing already. But the next, they swept the first two series. They're going into the third series. This is the conference finals, I believe. So if they win this, they go to the big game. Yeah, the ECHL finals. So we'll see. They got 4 more. They're 4 wins away from getting to the finals. And they have yet to lose, so I don't know. At some point, the wheels have to come off, right? I don't know.
The
beard keeps growing until they are knocked out of the playoffs. That's how that works.
There you go.
Let's give away our sticker here. Hashtag DCR. Last chance to put that in. If you haven't done so, you have like 30 seconds. Missler finished 8th in the first heat. I think he's talking about the World of Outlaws at Conneaut there.
Okay.
Raceway 7. So, well, that's pretty cool. I know he was posting something, too.
Yeah.
I think he shared Unziger's post. I thought it was Missler at first. I had to look, and I was like, oh, okay. Cool. All right. There, I stalled long enough. Here we go. Got 29 entries. Let's get this on the screen. We'll find out who wins this week's Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker, courtesy of DCR Graphics. We are going to draw now. Here we go. You have 30 days to pick up your sticker or make arrangements to get them or talk Ron into mailing it to you. And Brett Ward, congratulations. You are this week's winner. You can pick up that sticker from Ron Miller Race Cars up there in...
Make arrangements to pick it up Saturday night at Fremont Speedway.
You could do that, too. I can't spell Ward for some reason. And tonight is the 16th. So congratulations.
It's right on the screen there in front of you,
I know
Scott,
that.
in case
My
you need help.
my hand wasn't doing this what I was trying to get it to do.
Okay.
So there you go. Congratulations, Brett. And hopefully DCR will get us some more stickers here because next week may be the last one. Hopefully not. But, yeah. That's going to do it for this edition of the Hammer Down Racing Report. Thanks to Associate Producer Dave Kemmer. Contributors John Young, Matt Swanner, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube. You can listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform or your least favorite, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. I found, because I used to use Google Podcasts,
Right.
AntennaPod is what I
It's
now
who?
use. AntennaPod.
Antenna
Like
pod.
TV antenna,
Really?
pod, P-O-D. Yeah, it works pretty much just like the Google one.
Oh,
So
okay.
it works pretty good. I subscribe to my podcast, and
Same format.
you can subscribe to ours, and it'll notifies me anytime there's a new episode.
Antenna pod. Okay.
Yeah.
Have to look into that.
And the megaphones where we're natively hosted. So, I mean, wherever. You can go to Hammerdown Racing Report, listen to us on there. Information on the Hammerdown Army on our website, hammerdownracingreport.com. Make sure to rate and review us, share us with your friends on those podcasting platforms. That always helps us. And, of course, thanks to our sponsors. Support them. They make the show possible. DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dipman Motorsports, Magic Moment Entertainment, and Victory Fuel. I'm all out of Victory Fuel
Uh-oh.
in the can. I have more downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you scared me.
I'm sorry. Thanks to Trey Jacobs and Randy Maggio Jr. Joining us on the show this week. Next week, hopefully, we'll talk to somebody from Angola Motor Speedway. We'll go other direction from Toledo.
Reaching out even further.
Because they got their opener is actually coming up on Memorial Day weekend. So hopefully we'll talk to them. That'll be next Thursday night, 7 o'clock, right here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter. And that's it. We're done. Shall we go?
See you next week.
We got to go listen to those other music things so we can choose a better one for before the show.
Yeah, we don't have to subject our listeners
No.
to it, though.
No, we're going. We'll see you next week. Get out and support your local track.
Yeah.
See ya.
You have been listening to the Hammerdown Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.